obviously the Chinese spy balloon, which flew over the entire country. And, man, that thing was up in Montana. Next thing, it drove south to Kansas City.
It's off track.
And then,
Over 11 states, it made a heck of a loop-de-loop.
This thing was maneuverable.
That thing was fast.
I mean, first of all, the communist Chinese government are liars. They will not tell the truth. This was a surveillance and spy balloon. They were trying to say, it was a weather balloon. And did you see the Chinese government this is now an international incident. The U.S. government overreacted. They reserved the right to respond similarly. I mean, give me a break. They flew a spy balloon over our entire country. We should have blown this thing out over Alaska. It should not have been allowed to, because, it rolled in over Alaska, then dipped into Canada, then into the northern part of the upper Midwest, or actually the Rockies area, and then cruised across Montana, and then drove south to Kansas City, and then headed over to the Carolinas.
Wasn't it Montana over some sensitive areas?
Well, yeah. Well, the point is they think that it flew over nuclear missile silos in Montana.
Isn't there a way to be more sneaky about this?
Why did we? Well, it's called spy satellites, but there are things you can do with a balloon at a lower altitude than you can do with a spy satellite, even a low orbit satellite. But the bottom line is, why did we allow this balloon to drive across the entire U.S.? It traversed the entire country at like 60,000 feet. Why did we allow that? Why didn't we shoot this thing down over Montana? Oh, because we don't want anyone on the ground to get hurt. Montana has 14 people, and you've got a wide expanse. I've driven the entire state of Montana. I've driven from the west all the way to the east into South Dakota. I've driven the whole damn state. There is nothing there. It is a gorgeous state. There is nothing there. They could have shot this thing down over Montana, or they could have shot it down over Alaska. That's what NORAD does. They track crap like this. So I don't know why they didn't just shoot this thing down earlier. Instead, it came down in the water. They shot it down in F-22. They scrambled, I think, 2 F-22s from Langley, which is in the Tidewater, Hampton Roads area. So Langley is off of Mercury Boulevard. Mercury or Langley Air Force Base, which is in Hampton, Virginia, right in the Newport News, Hampton, Virginia Beach area. And so they scrambled 2 F-22s down to South Carolina, and they shot the thing out of the sky. And did you see people had footage? There's actual video. You could see the missile going into the balloon.
That's awesome.
And popping the thing, and then it starts falling. So it went into the Atlantic Ocean, and they said it was 6 miles offshore or something?
6 miles offshore within the 12-mile border of international waters.
Yeah, they needed to shoot it down before it got past 12 miles because that's still, our territory before it gets more into international waters. And the water, I have a hard time believing this, but the water, they say, the depth was only 47 feet.
Really?
47 feet is nothing because I'm a scuba diver. You can free dive 47 feet.
Then they can retrieve it easily.
Yeah, 47 feet is nothing. So I think they said the debris field was over 6 or 7 miles. So, they need to collect all the crap so we can kind of put a picture together. And, what were they collecting? What kind of technology were they using? So the Navy's involved in a salvage operation. There's some video from yesterday and Saturday where it looks like they've already retrieved stuff on some Navy ships out of Norfolk. So that's, or maybe out of Charleston, I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah, but that's the latest. But
I still don't understand why the Chinese didn't paint it blue and white like cloud colors. And it would just be invisible.
That would make much more sense.
Yeah. So the balloon's been shot down, but this reminded me of a whole different balloon deal. And I was on Friday afternoon, I'm talking about the balloon thing on my other show, and I'm like, oh my God, the balloon boy. Do you
Richard
remember?
Heaney, our old friend.
Do you remember? We had him on the show years ago.
Oh, he used to always come in.
Yeah, Roxanne, do you remember? You remember Richard? Was it Heaney?
Richard Heaney, private detective.
Yeah.
Remember his show?
Oh, we had like a
Richard Heaney, private detective. did.
That's right. There was a jingle.
He was pitching a show.
He lived in Colorado at the time, but then he eventually moved to like Sarasota or something.
Yeah, we had him on the air. That's right. I mean, numerous times. I festered. Stop scrolling.
He like invented stuff all the time.
Yeah, the balloon boy incident. As soon as I was thinking about this Chinese spy balloon and people looking up and seeing the damn thing all over the United States. I'm like, what about the balloon boy hoax from October 15th of 2009?
That was so great.
When a homemade helium-filled gas balloon shaped to resemble a silver flying saucer was released in the atmosphere above Fort Collins, Colorado by Richard and Mayumi Heaney. They then claimed that their 6-year-old son, Falcon, was trapped inside.
So funny.
Authorities confirmed the balloon reached 7,000 feet. The event attracted worldwide attention. This was all over live TV. MSNBC, Fox News Channel, CNN.
Oh, everybody.
Everyone was there. Everyone's going live with this thing, and they're tracking the balloon. You had like TV and news helicopters out of like Denver, and they're following the balloon, and it's like, and the 6-year-old boy is inside the balloon, and of course, the kid was never in the balloon.
He's like at home playing.
He was hiding up in the I think in the garage, up in the attic in the garage.
Jeez.
In Fort Collins, Colorado.
Oh, Richard.
But what happened was National Guard helicopters, local police pursued the balloon. After more than an hour and approximately 50 miles, the balloon landed about 12 miles northeast of Denver International Airport. When Falcon was not found inside, it was reported that an object had been seen falling from the balloon, and people thought it might have been the kid. Later that day, the boy was found hiding in the attic of his home.
Just kidding.
Where he had been the entire time. But then remember the kid on live television blew the whole story. Here, listen to this. Suspicions of a hoax soon arose, particularly after an interview with Wolf Blitzer on Larry King Live that same evening. Asked why he was hiding, Falcon said his father said, "You guys said to me, we did this for the show," apparently revealing that the Heanies had staged the incident as a publicity stunt.
Yeah, for that show he was pitching.
Exactly. On October 18, 2009, Larimer County Sheriff Jim Alderton announced its conclusion that the incident was a hoax and the parents would likely face several felony charges. On November 13, 2009, Richard Heaney pleaded guilty to attempting to influence a public servant. He was sentenced to 90 days in jail, ordered to pay $36,000 in restitution. And Mayumi Heaney, the wife, was sentenced to 20 days of weekend jail.
I liked him. I thought he was cool.
That was the whole balloon boy incident.
Yeah, this whole thing just got a little out of hand. He tried to run a little scam. He invented...
Oh, my God. I know what you're going to say. It was so great.
Yeah, the bear back scratcher.
That you put up in the corner.
Essentially, it was a log that had a quarter of it cut out and it would fit in any corner in your house.
Yeah.
It was so great.
You could just scratch your back on it like a bear.
He also invented some sort of thing that was in the back of a truck. Remember, he brought that thing, and it was all big and confusing.
I don't
it was
remember
like
that.
a way to get stuff out of your truck.
Yeah, this guy came up to the show.
He always pitched his
Yeah, because
inventions
they moved to Sarasota, and he came up to the show, after they left Colorado, after the whole balloon boy incident.
He's like, Pastor Frog, I got to show you I show my new invention. Oh, God.
There was a jingle. Richard Heaney, science detective. Right, yeah.
That's right, science detective.
Science detective. I
He was going to do
remember
a
that.
science detective kids show.
But he was pitching a show. He wanted to be like a Mr. Science or a Bill Nye the Science Guy, like on some, Mr. Whiz or whatever.
The new Beekman.
What's he doing now?
All right, folks. Yeah,
He invented the scrub daddy, actually.
Where is he?